So Scott, I don't know you. Mario reached out.
I just met him like last week.
Awesome. And this is Ron.
Ron.
Nice to meet you, man.
I'm Josh. And so we are a real estate based podcast, but we also go into entrepreneurship and stuff like that. So you want to tell everybody who you are and what you're good at?
Yeah.
Well, I get asked that question a lot. My name is Scott Hebert. It's Hebert.
Yeah.
Hebert.
Not Herbert.
We think we sound
The H is silent.
and it's Hebert if you say it in English. It's not Herbert. But it's always like, well, what do you do? What do you do? Well, I like to consider myself more of an artist than anything.
Yeah.
Creator.
I started a creator. There you go, a creator. Painting to film to photography to putting on shows, events. I mean, anything that needs an extra kick. That's what they call me for.
Is there a project you're working on right now?
Specifically.
Yeah.
But gosh, many.
Yeah.
The one I'm really excited about, which has kind of been delayed, we'll be shooting this documentary in Sierra Leone, Africa next month.
That's wild.
Oh,
so
nice.
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
They've delayed it for almost a year, and it came back last month. We had government changes and things like that, but a lot of regulations because you got drones, cameras, and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's I'm actually really looking forward to that. So that's gonna be exciting.
So tell us how do you get to the level that, because like you're going to be who's putting on the production, like who's
the one in Sierra Leone?
Yeah.
It's a mix between the Ministry of Tourism and part of the government. So
okay.
Yeah. But it's actually a good buddy of mine, Prince Masala, who's actually
he sounds important.
Yeah.
That's all you need. Prince.
Yeah.
So are you you're shooting
that particular one?
You are.
I'm the creative director, and
awesome.
They basically set me up a team there, so
cool.
I'll be directing, but Prince is like he's the head producer per se.
Gotcha.
He's the one flying us down there, everything else. But they didn't let me bring a United States team. They actually, Africa has Nollywood. They have like one of the biggest movie industries in the world.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of enough people. It would be kind of almost. I wouldn't use the word unionized, but it's not. But in other words, they want you to use local.
Yes, that's definitely what
same thing. They do it in all industries. If you go somewhere else, you've got to use talent there. Mm-hmm. So,
how long you been doing this?
15 years.
15 years? Did you go to school for this, or did you learn under somebody?
I originally went to school for biochemistry, which is crazy, backwards.
Damn.
But this, I loved art.
Yeah.
I'm a young painter. I put on a little display at 13 years old. That's
Were you pushed into biochemistry? Because that's like two different mindsets.
No. I loved it, and I miss it a lot. It's one of those things where I shadowed. I actually went to school to be a dentist, so I shadowed the dentist. I was in the office doing the whole thing.
Yeah.
I just knew that's what I wanted to do. But you have two loves.
Yeah, I hear you.
Which one? So I made the choice to take on photography bigger. When I moved to LA, it was photographers riding around in Ferraris. I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
And, not only that, it's just I love creativity. I think with that you can do with any type of I have to say, schooling. No, nothing wrong with schooling. I will never say because I think everybody needs it. But it can kind of box you.
Yeah.
Being an artist, a creative, or a dreamer, you can pretty much do anything. Everything you look at, even these microphones we're talking through, are created by an artist. So everything. This is art.
I was thinking about. I was looking at this little media block. I was like, did he paste that on here himself, or he order that?
No,
I
appreciate all creators. Like, there's a bunch of guys I follow on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I mean, they make some nice either photography to short. There's a rhyme to it, but they make 7-8 minute little videos, daily vlogs, all that stuff. Man, I just soak it all in. Like, just a creative person like Scott over here.
Yeah.
I mean, they can do anything from create a movie to tell a story to.
I know. I wish I could. Yeah, man. I wish I could shadow under you, man.
You can tap into it. I think that all of us have creative innocence.
Yes.
If you don't ever foster it or take it, or have, for me, my family definitely allowed me more. Even they didn't understand it. They were like, what, let them kind of push into this.
That's real cool.
But some people don't have that. But I mean, even at any age, you can be a creative.
Editing must be painful, man.
Do you like it?
Really?
Do you like it? You enjoy editing?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Are you the one editing it?
Certain projects I edit. Last night, my finger's hurting because last night I edited 30 photos.
Till
5 this morning, 6 this morning. Video. telling a story. I actually enjoy more of the storytelling. As far as the editing, I like to do the first cut, but what happens next? I mean, I let the professionals that really know what they're doing. See, being a producer, you learn that you're good at some things and some things you're just not. Certain things. So I'm very open to. I don't have to do them.
So you like to pass your vision.
You have to trust everyone else's vision as well. When it's just in your head and you're the only one, I think you kind of bottleneck the process. There's people that's out there that will spend all day editing. That's what they focus on. So they're going to be great at that. They're going to be better than I am because I'm going to spend my time more on
the big picture,
or the big picture.
Yeah.
So when you trust people with their focuses, I think that's the only way that producers win. That's why you hear a lot of big producers can handle 5 to 8 projects. You'd be surprised. You're like,
this makes sense.
Movies a year.
I wonder how like the animation and Avatar, like how does the producer even think of all these little bitty details? He doesn't. Exactly. He doesn't. This is almost like real estate when you talk about like you have to have a team, you have to trust people. But
people ask me to go into construction before. Like, you should go in construction. You do something crazy. And I'm like, everything you do is producing the contractor. The exact same thing.
So how'd you you produce a Netflix show or series or a movie? Okay. So tell us how that came to happen.
Yeah, and then tell them about the whole like how you started and then the whole BET process.
Okay. I'll give a lot. There's some stuff we gotta hold back.
Okay.
How are we doing on time? First of all,
no, we good. We he got a good like 10-15 minutes.
All right. Okay. Go ahead.
I don't need that long to say.
Go ahead. No.
But it's funny. I've told this story so many times. I'm like, wow.
Go for it, man.
But the best way to look at it. So basically, a while back, when photography clearly is what led me into this in LA. I met with a friend of mine named Shelly Rio. I don't know if you've heard of her. She was a model at the time. She actually asked me to that her friend Matthew Cherry, who's a director, that was doing The Game. You know The Game? The show?
Yeah.
NBA work, but he was over finding football players. He used to be in the NFL. So they actually asked me. I mean, you can't tell now, but back in the day, I ran track. So I had a body to me and things like that. Wasn't big, but on TV you don't have to be big.
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, anybody that's in shape for the most part, we want you to play a football player on The Game. Okay. And so I went to that set. Actually, the first series of The Game, you can see me on. It's kind of funny. And Matthew Cherry being the casting director for that particular thing. Me and him just kind of got cool for a second. But later, he decided he wanted to get out and venture and do his own stuff, like his own music videos. And so with that, he contacted Shelly again, talking about, hey, she works with magazines. Are there pictures that he could use for his video? Because in the video, he needed a magazine in the video. Super random. She said, yeah, the guy introduced you to Scott. He's a photographer. He shoots for Show magazine at the time.
Gotcha.
And they were like, okay, cool. So then I went. So he called me up and was like, hey, man, I heard you shoot. Can I use one of your magazines because of licensing? He didn't want to get in trouble. In LA, they worry about things like that.
Yeah.
They don't worry about it.
No. Post it.
And so then with that being said, he came to me and said, well, yeah. He said, can I use a magazine? So I said, well, what are you doing? This is what happened. You got to learn to ask questions. You never know. I said, well, what are you actually working on? He said, well, I'm working on a music video. He said, well, you're a photographer. Do you think you know how to do DP work? Director of photography.
Yeah.
Visually, I was like, yeah. I had never done it.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, let me Google that.
Yeah.
But at DP work, I said, yeah. He said, well, man, let's link up. Cool, let's link up. Next thing you know, he told me he had a video. He said, I want you to basically handle the camera stuff. I'll direct, but I know you know the scenes, how to shoot.
Yeah.
And man, I'm telling you right now.
I didn't.
It's a
I didn't know
fake
that.
it till you make it moment.
That's right. Yeah.
And so then he said, well, look, what we're gonna do is my boys at Sunset Gower Studios, which is I think it's an entity of Paramount. They're gonna. He was working on the set of Heroes at the time. He said they're gonna let us borrow the lighting equipment and stuff like that. So we're gonna pull up on there, borrow it, and bring it back. And so I did not know this was a midnight mission, bro. This guy, I don't know what type of deal he set up, but we pulled up in there, took a Paramount truck, and also walked in the Heroes set and took lights that the lighting guys left, loaded it in the truck, and brought it to my studio in downtown LA. And I'm like, dude, did we just? He was borrowing. It was actually not supposed to be borrowed because he worked on the set.
That's a hookup.
It's a hookup.
Yeah.
But you know how much trouble you get into for something like that.
Yeah.
Movie set.
Yes.
So anyway, we went back and he said, "So Scott, what we need? We need these 1Ks, these 2Ks, these 650s, this, that, and the other." I was like, "Yeah."
Get it all.
That's what I said. I was like, "Load it up."
I need it all.
He's like, "What type of blocks we need?" And I'm like, "Just yeah." I'm telling you, as he's telling, I'm writing literally, and then I'm getting at the house like.
But that makes you look official. You're like, I need 4 1Ks.
But I didn't know what a 1K was. It was a light. I thought it was a 1K, a kilo. I don't know what it is. I'm just saying there was a lot of days that a K could go.
Yeah.
So it was. So he went with it. So anyway, we did a video. Video was successful. We worked with an artist named Terry Dexter. We ended up doing like multiple videos. Within 6 months, we had knocked out 12 videos.
Wow.
At least half of them were on MTV, BET, things like that. Just because we're in that circle,
Mm-hmm.
and I was producing for him is what it was. And then eventually I got my own one where I directed a video and he produced for me for an artist named Bo Benton, and which was a great video at the time. And at this time, even then, we were still getting 10, 15, 20,000 a video.
Cool.
That's new.
Yeah.
Getting in now.
Yeah.
Get 1,000. Good luck.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Wow.
So then, anyway, we're doing that so fast. We knew we worked together really well. We were able to do this. We're getting it on TV. So he said, "Well, Scott, I want to go ahead and work on this movie." And he created a movie called, I forget what it was, but we ended up not doing that one. And he designed this movie called The Last Fall. And with that movie, it was actually his life story. He's an ex-NFL player. And he was telling, the hardship. People think you just get in the NFL, you just going to blow up big time.
Yeah.
And then people don't really see the other side of the story. You kind of forget about those guys. And those guys are the ones that's out there grinding, may only make $80,000 a year, but sitting next to the guy making $44 million a year. So all this is going on. So he wrote a story about it, and that story within. We said, well, how are we going to raise the money? We said, we're going to shoot it, just regular, like on regular cameras, and we said, well, we need $16,000. I mean, no bullcrap.
Yeah.
$16,000, but being filmmakers, we're like, we just got to get it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, we made an Indiegogo. You know what Indiegogo is?
What is that?
Basically like crowdfunding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They have a few of them, but Indiegogo was one of them.
Crowdsource funding.
Yeah. And we asked for the money. We made a video, me and him sitting with the music in the background. We're looking for this money. We have a good story, good concept. It fell in the hands of NFL player Ellis Hobbs, his wife. And his wife said, I'll put $16,000 towards it because it's a good story. My husband's in the NFL.
Yep.
And then Ellis got on the phone and said, yeah, we'll do it. No problem.
Yeah.
Well, lo and behold, flipped. Matthew's mom passed away. Like right when we're about to start filming, she dies. Whoa. She leaves insurance money. Half of it was to his sister, the other half was to him.
Mm-hmm.
So he took that whole amount. He said, "You know what, Ellis, we don't need you. I'm gonna put up $150,000 for it."
Mm-hmm.
We're like, "Whoa, this movie's changing quick."
Yeah.
Ellis said, "No, you're not. I'm gonna double it."
Wow.
So now you got a budget.
We got $300,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how this whole thing happened. Actually, it was $90,000 and then $90,000, and then it went up to $300,000. Is what it was. And I never forget. I was like, "Wow, bro, this like the gig we talking about. We just end up with over $4 million to pull this thing off."
Yeah.
So now we have everything. Well, I've been a producer with major photos, but in film, this was going to be my first bigger film. This type of money. Remember, I'm in my 20s. Well, I'm 34 now, but at that time I was 26. We did it in 2011, 2012, the first one, and with that type of money, that type of access. Also, I shot celebrities, so I had an arsenal of celebrities behind me.
Yeah.
It was like, well, we need this person, this person, this person. I just made a phone call. Hey, Lance Gross, we need you here.
Yeah.
Show up. We need this person. Vanessa Bell Calloway, this, that, and the other. We brought him in through a lot of connects and made it all work. And once Lance Gross signed on, it was pretty much easy to get everyone else. Because, Lance was doing his thing. It was like, if you get one actor, you can bring the rest. And the reason you want actors is because if you get a name in the seat, then you can actually sell the film.
Yep.
And that's the whole creativity is fine, but if it ain't making no money in it, then it's going to always be like,
it's a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hobby.
It's a hobby.
Yeah.
And so then that's where it started. I remember going to the bank. Ellis Hobbs had flew in town, and I remember Ellis and me going to, I'm the head producer. I got my bag, a little bag I carry around right here.
Yeah.
I literally had that on my back. With a gun in it, and I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
Because, you walking around, and Ellis goes and says, let's go to Wells Fargo. He gives me $90,000, and I'm like, here you go. Like the first night,
cash.
Well, he gave it to me on a cashier's check.
Cash.
But I went to my bank.
Yeah.
We walked. Me and him walked across the street and dropped it in Chase, and I saw that joker pop up in the account. I was like,
yeah,
woo,
all
boy,
right.
we winning.
Yeah.
Lisa was starting, and Matthew got his money, and next thing you know, man, I'm talking about we budgeted everything down. Another great producer, friend of mine that did it as well. Me and her produced Nikki Love. She understood locations and all this stuff way better than I did at the time. I handled finances, lawyers, William Morris, CAA, dealing with so we had two different roles, but we worked together, amazing. She had done multiple movies. Anyway, so that's kind of how that whole thing happened. And then once we shot it, we had PR, press involved, like just involved everything. I treated it as though the movie was already out. We were looking for theaters, like the whole nine. And then, that's
would you say that was an accumulation of a bunch of stuff that you had done prior to that, all just crammed in, and you took all of your prior experiences and knowledge in that industry and just made it happen?
Absolutely. And that's where people, that's why I don't like when people meet you and they're like, oh, you're so lucky. I'm like, there was no.
I don't believe that at all. No. There may be a lucky circumstance that made somebody draw their attention to you and realize that this guy has some talent. Right. Let's move forward with something. That's a lucky move or circumstance or draw. But if you don't have the talent and possess the skills, that luck is gone. If you believe, I don't believe in luck, but if you did, then it's gone.
It's called being in the deal flow. Like if you're in that groove, you're in the deal flow, things are going to happen. But if you're just sitting on your hands, got your head in the dirt, ain't nothing gonna happen. But if you're in the deal flow,
like I have a young guy that looks to me as a mentor, and he's he's 22, 23. He started out just shooting little videos, like little on your cell phone. And I said, look, you're getting criticized from your family, your mother, you're this, you're that, because you're not following the mold of
everybody else.
Getting a job. And where are you gonna go work at? You're
9 to 5.
gonna go to Walmart. You're gonna go to and Walmart's a good job. Nothing wrong with that. But if that's not what you want to do, if you want to pursue film, you want to be a creator, you want to be an actor, you want to be a funny guy, then you've got to go through those bumps. You don't just all of a sudden become Will Smith overnight. It just doesn't happen.
I mean, I feel like if you're talented, why have a 9 to 5 if
I don't believe in talent. I believe like what you're getting to is like it's an accumulation of all the things you've done in the past.
That's right.
And everything builds on something else.
There's a creative aspect to it. I mean,
I do.
He's probably a little more creative than all of us.
He has a vision.
But again, if we are all creative to a certain point, you have to develop that
exactly.
skill.
That's what I tell a lot of people that just want to jump in and they're like, man, like somebody hit me up yesterday. It was like, hey man, how long did it take you to learn Photoshop? You mind teaching? I'm like, I'm still learning Photoshop.
I
teach it to people, but it's a never ending.
No.
It's like you're talking about actors. You got people like Will Smith who have personal actors that come teach him every day. Like he's still honing those
like a sponge.
You can't just say I want to jump in. I have people always say, oh Scott, I want to be an actress. I think I can act. I'm like, well, have you done classes?
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you right now, when you're sitting at the casting and you're sitting there watching these actors come in, I saw good names, people with names. I can't repeat it.
Yeah.
Who who have been practicing. When they get there and they have to run those lines, it's literally like
showtime.
A prep show, bro.
Yeah, showtime.
Okay? But then you see the ones that are really big, and you're like, they walk in there, man. I'm telling you, man, they slam it.
Yeah.
Wow. I get it. I see why you're booked every time. Yeah. But and you ask them their process, and it's all the same. Man, I sharpen these skills. I work on it. On a daily basis. And if you don't do that, no matter what it is, it's going back to basketball. Keep playing.
Football.
The more you do, the more. I'd rather fail and knock it out. Fail 100 times than never fail at all because you can't ever win that way.
How do you? I think for what you do, how do you organize your time? It seems like you're doing so much, and how do you stay like? A big thing for me, and I see a lot of people, is having a time frame to do things. Like I say I want to get into real estate, but I don't make a time frame to getting into it. Do you like say I need to get this done in 2 weeks, or you just kind of just go with the flow?
Well, when somebody even has to ask me, not you, but somebody even ask me about time frame and how do I manage it, to me it's already like you're one step behind. Because grind is grind.
Yeah.
And you do what you want to do, period. No matter what you have for your day, you do exactly what you want to do. So if you want to create that time. You want to stay up late.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. If you want to, boy, there's so many things I want to say on this microphone.
Say it. No, say it.
I don't know how.
Well, say what you can.
Yeah.
Just in general, it's just like, I have been subject. I've been a person that's actually procrastinated as well. I've had moments where I took a break. I mean, recently I took almost a year off of just being. Just getting in my own feelings, man. Just taking a moment, taking a break, and then you realize like this is so dumb. Like all I gotta do is do it. I just wake up and press the button, and it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you don't do it, if you don't get up and do, carve out a time. So sometimes I would like to say, okay, I'm gonna take an hour per day and do this.
Exactly.
And then let it be 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever you can afford to it. I sleep probably less than most people, and the truth is because I love what I do. I love life. Like, how can you be in this world and not enjoy everything about it?
Wow.
And God, and also travel is heavy in my life, and the reason is because like God made this whole earth. Like, what are you telling me I got to stay right here and only be in this back door? You know what there is around the world, and that's the other thing. People need to travel out a lot more. That actually will teach you a lot about your own life. You realize that the opportunities you have at your place, just even sitting in this room, that we could sit here and look at this stuff, and there are literally, I know people say it all the time, but I've seen them, kids that have no opportunity at all. The biggest opportunity they got is to, sell the bananas they grow.
Exactly.
So the fact that we abuse that and don't utilize every minute we have is actually pretty sad, man.
Yeah.
And we're one of 3 or 4 big nations that have everything to our disposal, and the fact that anyone, I hate to say this, but anyone's even slacking or broke or not, it makes absolutely no sense.
I feel the same way. If you can't make it here, I feel like you ain't going to be able to make it anywhere else.
When 80% of the world is in poverty. Like, how are you going to you're in the 20th percentile and you can't even get up and
that
go
boils
work?
down. Yeah, that boils down to a choice.
Yeah.
That's a choice.
Like, you're making a choice to be lazy or something.
In what we were just talking about, that it's the same, where I find the time, it's a choice. If I don't wake up and press those buttons, make those phone calls, I mean, I got 15,000 numbers on my phone.
Maybe the next question, rather than how do you find the time or how do you prioritize your time, or what are some of your habits? Like, what are part of your habits that you feel make you successful in anything you do?
Well, tell you now, I'm revving back up because I took a break from it. But I'll tell you the process that definitely made this thing grow. It's I'm very big on networking. Like when I meet people, just like he did. He met me the other day. He hit me up. He texted me the same day.
Yeah.
We text back.
Yeah.
Scheduled the time to be here.
Yep.
I showed up a little late.
Sorry.
At the end of the day, what I'm saying is that just what he did, do that with executives. Do that with anybody.
Yep.
Like, everyone's accessible, especially today.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if you meet somebody, step up to the plate, but have something to say, because the worst thing you're gonna do is step to the plate. And
Yeah.
And I've done that before. I've actually walked. I met a big cast director one time, and I was like, "Yeah, nice to meet you." And she was like, "Oh, anyway," and moved on to the next person. And I was like, and then the lady that introduced me, an actress, she was like, "Oh man, you messed that up."
I think people who are of any influence, like there's a director or an actor that you want to meet or you want to work with, or anybody in business you want to meet, you want to work with. I just think they're looking for interaction.
Yeah.
Like,
they're human.
When you think about it, they just want interaction, and they want a genuine interaction. They don't want to feel used per se.
Yeah.
So
and then like it's about your energy, like if you ask them a question like are you like how you coming about the situation, like as soon as he started talking, I was like my antennas just went up, and I was like, oh man, this dude did Netflix, he's a photographer, he does this, he does it, like let me get you on my show, like that's just what I wanted to do.
And you can feel that it's an enlightened conversation with somebody. You feel like this guy's got he has it together up here at some point, and you can feed on that. So
you just got to speak up, network heavily, call people back, complete projects.
Yes,
that's another thing. Just complete it and give people their final. And customer service is above all. And I say that you have clients, you have people you deal with that they're just, you're not going to make them happy. Figure a way to make them happy. Don't leave ends loose and just out there. Like,
stay away from the flakes, right?
That's right. I preach that all the time. I run a service company. I have thousands of customers, and they all want answers. They all want something now, right? My job is to give it to them right now. And I tell everybody in my organization, if we have to lose money to make them happy, we do it. and that's just the way it goes, because that person knows somebody who knows somebody who knows this other guy who knows the other guy who wants the referral of, hey, go to these guys. They'll whatever, even if they make a mistake.
Yeah,
we ain't perfect. We will get it right.
Mm-hmm. And it'll kill your business if you
That's
don't.
Right. Yeah. So good. Where can everybody find you?
You can find me my website www.scotthebert.com. HEBERT.com.
Yeah. Cool.
Of course, Instagram, Travel with Scott is my name there.
Awesome.
Facebook, Scott Hebert. I have everything, man. I mean,
awesome.
I'm not bad, but if you go on my website, everything is there. So
cool.
You can just find that out.
Awesome.
Any last words you got for the audience?
No, I just want to say thank y'all for having me on the show. This seems really cool. It's kind of cool being part of real estate scenario.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I think that there's some other people that I would like to introduce you to.
Excellent.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, please do.
We're all ears. Awesome. So good. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks.
Well, that's gonna end our show today, right, guys?
Yeah.
Mario,
we're gonna end on that note.
Ron.
Yeah, you can find me at Ron B. Follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and so forth.
Follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Real Estate Guru, PK.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
All right.
Thank you.